I'm spending the next 48 hours trying to become a top 1% speed typer.
Oh, whoops, it's actually typist. My bad. Anyway, here's how it's going down. We're starting this challenge with a typing speed test to see how fast I currently am, so we'll know how much work I have to do. Then we will spend the next 2 days studying and practicing various ways that I can use to become faster. Then finally, at the end of this experiment, I will take another typing speed test to see how much I actually improved in just 48 hours.
Now you may be wondering, why am I doing this? Great question. Number one, this channel is all about challenging ourselves, so this seemed like an appropriate thing to document. Number two is that I spend a considerable amount of time at my computer every single day, and a lot of that is typing. So realistically speaking, if I can become twice as fast at typing, then I'll spend twice as little time at the computer, which would be great for saving time. Okay, so according to typingpal.com, and with a website like that, you're obviously a reputable source, typing's in the name. But they said the average speed of an adult typer is 40 words per minute, and top performing typers will have 120 words per minute and over. So basically we need to figure out where my current typing speed sits at, and then try to get that to over 120 words per minute within the next 48 hours. Now, we do have one issue that I want to share with you. So I have a birth defect that could potentially play a role in making this experiment a bit more challenging for me. So it's called brachydactyly type D, AKA toe thumbs. Let me show you what we're working with. My thumbs are very short and stubby, as you can see. Yes, they actually look like that. So I'm hoping this doesn't make this challenge more difficult. I'm just throwing it out there that it may. These boys are short and fat, and they really cannot reach too far. However, we will not let that stop us. So we have 48 hours, and today is day one. First things first, I need to take a typing speed test right now and figure out how far off I am from 120 words per minute. Okay, here we go. All right.
And we're off, and I'll be honest, I was a little nervous for this first test because it was going to very bluntly represent the amount of work I had in front of me for the next 48 hours. Anyway, the test lasted 60 seconds, which honestly felt like forever, and then it was finally over.
Okay, you're an octopus. Awesome. You type with a speed of 72 words per minute. Okay, I don't think that's terrible. Okay, this could be much worse because a second ago we learned that the average adult types at 40 words per minute, and we just did 72. So we're almost twice as fast as the average adult. So I am optimistic that by the end of these 48 hours, we will see some improvement in that number.
Okay, future Danny here speaking. That was quite a lofty claim there, buddy.
I'm gonna do another one just for kicks and see if we get the same number. Oh, I just did it again and got worse. 60 words per minute? Accuracy of 82%. Oh dear.
Yeah, we had a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. So I went straight into researching various ways that I can use to increase my typing speed. And the majority of what I learned can really be summed into these 3 different tips. Number 1, posture. Good typing apparently requires good posture. Who knew? Specifically, keeping your feet flat on the ground and your neck and back straight, adjusting your elbows to an angle between 90 and 110 degrees, keeping your wrists in a neutral stance, and then ideally having a monitor that is high enough so it can be at eye level. Okay, number 2 is finger placement. This is something I've never really done, but yeah, you're supposed to use the little markers on your keyboard as finger placement indicators. Then finally, and this is the hardest one for me, but no looking at the keyboard. This is something I'm not good at all because honestly, for as long as I can remember, I've always looked at my hands while I've typed. Anyway, I spent day 1 working on these techniques, but it wasn't before long that my wrist is killing me. Yeah, as you can see, it's 10:27 p.m. and this is reminding me of one other tip I saw during my research about how to be a faster typer. Rest. Yeah, the final tip to become a faster typer is to rest, because after long training sessions, your fingers certainly do become achy or tired. So with that, I called it a night. It is day 2 of becoming the best typist alive. Now, if you are thinking to yourself, Danny, that's not possible. You're not possible. Okay, I'm sorry, that was aggressive. Anyway, here's the game plan. We will continue practicing the methods we learned yesterday about how to become a faster typist. We will potentially conduct new research, if necessary, on other various ways to continue becoming a faster typist. And then finally, we will take the final typing test to see if I am, in fact, a faster typist after these 48 hours. Anyway, after a good night's rest, my wrist felt better and I was ready to get back into it. So I hopped into some light typing, trying specifically though to stay cognizant of not looking down at my hands because that was easily the hardest part of this whole thing for me.
I feel like the camera is so high Let me bring you down here, buddy. Whenever I type the right way, I feel just sluggish, quite turtle-like, you could say, like a snail on the keys. And I'm sure it's just a mental thing because I'm not used to not looking down at the keyboard. It's very hard for me, but it's just like, I don't know how this last final typing test is gonna go, if I'm honest.
Yeah, your boy was feeling slow. Okay, I was typing correctly, but man, it felt like my speed took a hit. But I continued to practice for the rest of the day until the moment finally approached and we were nearing our 48-hour mark.
Okay, it is the end of day 2, and it is time for the moment of truth. We're gonna take the second typing test to gauge how much faster I was able to get as a typist within 48 hours. One caveat, I'm gonna do 2 final typing tests, one here on my laptop keyboard, and then one in my bedroom, because that's where my whole setup is. You know, we gotta make sure we include all of the potential factors. All right. Neutral wrists, baby. Feet flat. Watch me literally just get worse.
This was it, my chance at greatness. My chance to prove that I could use sheer willpower and discipline to become a top 1% typist, all just within 48 hours. All my hard work was about to pay off, and I was actually feeling really good during this test. Then, before I knew it, the test was over.
Okay. We're not worse. We got 78 words per minute. With accuracy of 95. What's that? An improvement of, was that, what, six more words per minute? Yay! Okay, so we didn't get worse, so that's encouraging. Now let's do the final test in my room setup and see if there is a difference. Okay, this is it. This is pretty much the distinguishing factor if I wasted the last 48 hours of my life. Let's do it.
Okay, now this is really it. My actual last chance. My fingers started moving, but my neutral wrists could handle it. My straight back was ready for whatever this test had in store. And of course, my flat feet gave me a firm foundation. I knew I had this one in the bag.
I did worse. I got 70 words per minute with an accuracy of 95. But as you just witnessed, I was still looking down at my hands. Like, I really struggle with that. So I don't know if that was cheating or not. I guess we didn't get worse.
Okay, Past Danny. Yeah, I guess we didn't get worse per se. But do you remember when you said this?
I am optimistic that by the end of these 48 hours, we will see some improvement in that number.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we can't become a top 1% typist in 48 hours, but hey, we learned a ton and now my typing posture is rad. So if you want to see another fail, watch me test these lucid dreaming pills, because that stunk. Anyway, subscribe for next week's challenge and goodbye.